I'm Matt with eTrailer. Today we're talking about the Benton LittleShift Bike Rack on the back of our 2017 Buick Enclave. Now this is going to be a great rack for you if you're looking for something that's not going to need all the bells and whistles to it. It's just going to hold your bike and it's going to do a really good job at it. And on top of that, it's going to be very compact for you and your solo rides. So first, let's start off with how the bike is interacting with our vehicle. And right now, this is doing a great job. We have plenty of space in between the handlebars and our back window. Let's say you're on some really bumpy rides. Yeah, we're not going to make contact with anything. Now, I will also mention that since this is so close, we can open up our hatch. And this rack doesn't have any tilting capabilities to it, so if you want access to the hatch, I have to remove my bike. The way I'm going to do that is by starting by removing these straps. You're going to have one on each tire, and that's kind of what gives it a really good hold on here. If I undo this one on the back, really easy to do. Same thing for the front, even have some cushion pads here so it doesn't scuff anything up. And then, at the very top, we're going to have the hook. Now with this hook, right now I have it on the tire. This is going to be great if you have alternative, carbon frame, or a bike with a really nice paint job. But let's say you don't have a bike like that, you just have a standard bike, and you want to have it connected to the frame instead, because usually when you have something connected to the frame, it just holds it down a little bit better. You can still do that with this rack. So that's what I like about it. It's pretty adaptable. You can take this hook all the way off to make that process easier too. But when you're done, you can take it out for a ride just by lifting it up and hitting the trails. Now, I will point out two things. One, about the cradle. We do have the ability to pivot them some to accommodate a wider range of wheelbases. And the second thing is this hook on this arm. You want to make sure you always put this back on, because since it does come off, it can be really easy to lose. We just flip that around. You can put this back in two ways. You can either just stick it underneath here, so when you're on the road, it won't bounce around, or you could use this strap to tie it off with. But let me secure these all down so it looks a little bit nicer, and then we can get a couple measurements. The first measurement I'm going to get is going to be the ground clearance. And that right here is going to be sitting at 19 inches. So even if you have a really heavy e-bike, since it does have a weight capacity of 80 pounds per bike, it's probably going to sink down a little bit, but we're not going to make ground contact since it is sitting up so high, thanks to the rise in shank. Now the next measurement I want to get is going to be the overall distance it sits out. That's going to be 17 inches, really compact for a one bike carrier. But what I also like about this is it doesn't have a folding capability, but since it doesn't fold up, it's not going to block anything back here. So anything like your license plate, your backup camera, taillights, or back window won't be obstructed. And the way it's going to install is we're going to have a 2-inch shank that goes into your 2-inch hitch receiver. We're going to have this pin that goes through, connects to a nut on the other side with a clip there, and that's also going to act as the pin, but also the anti-rattle device, giving this a really good hold so you don't have to worry about any type of rattling noise when you're on the road. But in my opinion, I think this is a solid choice. Doesn't take up too much space. Now, if you're looking for something that'll be a little bit larger, so you can take more people out for a ride, Benton also has the Benton Shifts and Grins. That's going to be a 2-bike carrier. Now, I will say that's going to take up a lot more space. It will fold up and also have a folding shank. So when you're storing it in your garage, it's really compact and it's going to be less likely being tripped over. I will say it is really heavy though to move around and try to put in your receiver as opposed to something like this. But of course, if you guys have any other questions, let us know here at eTrailer. And again, I'm Matt, and thanks for watching.